Questions Answered, Episode 1. So, Episode 1 is in the books. I hope you all really enjoyed it. Many of our viewers had a number of questions about the episode, and I'm here to answer some of the most frequent ones. Let's see. Authentic pieces versus reproductions. This is sort of a very complex topic that I'll sort of, explain as much as I can, but we'll definitely get into it more as the show goes on, and I actually talk about it a good bit throughout the series. But the simple answer is when someone designs something, they own the rights. If someone other than that person manufactures it, it's a reproduction. Even if it's an exact copy or better than the original, if they don't own the rights, it's a reproduction. So in the case of the chair, the egg chair that I sold, the original egg chair was designed by Arne Jacobsen in the late 50s. It's a Danish chair. It's been produced by Fritz Hansen, from its original design. And, a real Jacobsen egg chair starts at, I think, like $7,500, and for a leather version, you're up over, like $12,000 or $13,000. So it's a very, very expensive chair. And with chairs that are so expensive, you tend to get many reproductions because people want the look, but they don't want to pay the price. And even, a vintage Jacobsen chair, can sell for, anywhere between, I'd say, $5,000 and $10,000. So, they really retain their value, whereas many other, mid-century pieces are generally considerably cheaper to buy a vintage version. With this chair, they're all expensive. So when you do something that's all expensive, you get a lot of Chinese reproductions. And the one that I sold, it was a pretty good quality chair, but there's a good few of them out there, and they generally run between $800 and $1,500, which considering how expensive the real ones are, is actually pretty affordable, and the quality of them is generally pretty good. Generally with reproductions, they'll take an authentic chair, disassemble it, and try to sort of work backwards, re-engineering it to recreate a reproduction that's very true to the original. And I think that's what they did with the chair that I sold, because the proportions were actually very good, whereas many of the proportions of reproductions aren't all that good. So, that's sort of a brief idea of, real versus not real. And, the simple truth is, not everyone has $8,000 to $15,000 to spend on a chair, but they do have, $8,000 to $1,500. So, I don't encourage buying repros if people really have sort of a connection with design and designers. But in terms of affordability, I can't say that it's a bad idea, because you're getting a great look for a very affordable price. So, and I do have reproductions. I generally have vintage reproductions as opposed to newer reproductions, but, I do carry them. I'm more about selling the look than selling the stupidly expensive price. Online at pasternakantiques.blogspot.com.